The global code, this global network of secret societies with an interlocking mission control, directing the whole thing, it doesn't have borders. Country borders, it wants to get rid of country borders. That's part of the global fascist dictatorship. They want to dismantle countries so that how they operate becomes how the world looks. But at the moment, how they operate is not how the world looks, because the world looks as if it's a series of different countries with borders. It's why they're taking borders down. It's why George Soros has an organization called the Open Society Foundation. That's what's the Open Border Foundations, in other words. So there are no borders. So the Chinese government is a cult government. The American government is a cult government. The British government is a cult government. The French government is a cult government. And the rest is for public consumption. So what they did, and this is becoming so more obvious now, I've been saying it for so long, is they developed China as the blueprint for this global fascist state. So the Mao Revolution was a cult revolution. And it was for this reason to create for a very, very long time, and still in many ways today, a closed society within which a system, not least based on technology and eventually artificial intelligence, a system of mass control in real time and mass surveillance could be incubated and perfected, which eventually was planned, once it was as they wanted it, to be played out across the world and become the global system. So what has happened, I've been saying this for decades, if you want to see what's planned for the West tomorrow, look at China today. And so what you have now in China, and this was happening even before the COVID hoax was played out of China. They have this QR code, which is now what, since the COVID situation, become ubiquitous in the West? Not an accident. You have this QR code which completely controls people's lives in China. If your box on the QR code is not ticked, in any situation, you can't do that activity or you can't go to that location. And it's reached the point now where currently there's something like 400 million Chinese under house arrest. That's why it kicked off all these protests, under the guise, the excuse of so-called zero COVID. Because it's nothing to do with bloody COVID and it's nothing to do with health. Zero COVID means they can say, our goal is for no one to have COVID. And by the way, as we talked about, and I was explaining in April 2020 in this very studio, they get their cases from something called the PCR test, which, as the creator, Karen Mullis, said, cannot test if you're sick. So he said, in relation to HIV, the alleged HIV virus, what are you using the PCR test to test for the HIV virus for? Because the PCR test can't do that. It's not made for that. But they're using it because other genetic material will ping positive in many people in the PCR test, and they call it a case. So they're saying cases are going up, easiest thing to manipulate in the world through the PCR test in China. We've got to lock down, and what it is, it's about control. You have 25 million people in Shanghai under house arrest. And what's kicked off these protests in the last week or so was that there was a fire in a residential block, and at least 10 people died, including one child, at least one child, because they couldn't get out, because they were literally locked in by the authorities.
They sealed their doors, right?
Sealed their doors. Put spikes on the gates and everything. And that's what kicked off the protest. And so, if you want to see what's planned for the West tomorrow, look at China today. And this is where it's planned to go. So there was an amazing piece of footage I saw out of China, someone took on a phone, maybe about 3 weeks ago, where there's this big line of cars waiting to go through this checkpoint or something, just like a massive traffic jam. And this drone comes over with a QR code on it, and it's finding out who's got the code and who hasn't. So, as someone explained, a Chinese guy explained in a video that I used this week, even in 2017, the mass surveillance, technology surveillance, AI surveillance in China now is at such a level, even in 2017, that if you went jaywalking in China, they could pick up who you were, and not only that, take out of your bank account the fine for jaywalking.
Hey, do you want to profit from crypto? Then join my DeFi Academy. The Crypto DeFi Academy will help you create generational wealth. But don't take my word for it. Listen to my students.
When I first got into crypto, I remember thinking to myself, I need to learn more. Brian Rose, learning crypto, learning DeFi, gotta do it.
I am so grateful that I jumped in and did this. I had to break through some limiting beliefs that I can do this, that I can afford this, that I can be in this.
It challenges the things that are deeply rooted within us.
Joining DeFi Academy has been one of the best decisions I have made on my blockchain journey.
This course was a life changer, a game changer, a huge eye-opener, coming from knowing practically nothing at the speed of the learning over 4 weeks was just fantastic.
The information you provided in this class was invaluable.
I feel far more confident in my next steps.
You took complex concepts and made them easier to understand.
What's different than so many other ones is it just doesn't tell you what to do. It actually makes you do it.
This is for people who are serious about becoming traders. This is the way it should be done.
I realized from this learning experience again that it is not about what you learn, but about who you learn it from.
The energy was insane. I've never experienced such incredible energy on a live call. Brian Rose, you are a legend, my friend.
It's the only thing in the market where you can get all information and learn everything what you need to know.
Everything is so clear and so well done, and I'm just forever grateful for this program.
It made me feel so much more confident about crypto than I did before.
I did not anticipate how passionate I was going to become about it.
It's of course been like a big learning experience for me, not just in the crypto space, but just in overall balance of life.
What I've learned is, how to take ownership, of my life in a way that I really hadn't before.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that, really.
I would recommend it to anybody, top notch.
Excellence does not come cheap. So if you want excellence, you gotta pay for it, but it's so worth it.
Pull the trigger. That's what this course is about.
You're not going to regret it, really. It's amazing.
Thank you, Brian and team.
So what are you waiting for? Crypto is happening now. Click the link below, submit your application, and let me mentor you on how to create generational wealth and build the decentralized financial infrastructure of the future. Hi, it's Brian Rose from London Real. You probably know that we've just recently been re-platformed on YouTube after 25 months completely in the dark. The truth is, I really need your help. What I really need you to do is click on that subscribe button right now, like this video, and maybe even leave a comment or share the link with friends. We're really fighting against an algorithm that's tried to keep us quiet for so long. And the more subscribers we have, the more people watch our content, the better guests we can bring you, the better content, and we can continue transforming lives. We've been doing this for 14 years now. I want to do this for another 14 years, but I really need your help. So click on that subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment, share this, and we're going to continue to bring you more and more great content. Thank you. Most people will never see this opportunity. Dubai luxury transformation projects have historically delivered 40 to 90% annual returns. That is incredible. These were once reserved only for insiders with access. I spent 15 years on Wall Street and I learned this: the biggest returns always go to the people who get the call first. Now, you finally can. We've just received a brand new project with major upside potential. Allocations move fast. Click the link, apply now, and speak to my team. This is your chance to see what others never will.